Environmentalist with you today, and what we're looking at here is a slight refreshment of my house, and just a new paint coat, new colors, just to bring it up to date, and just want to talk about some of the environmental impact of that, and what that looks like and how you can kind of reduce that. A big thing with me is durability, getting products to last longer. Half of that is durability of the mind. In other words, you're more satisfied with the outcome, so you're less likely to change it because you're happy with it, right? So anything you can do to have a more durable product, more durable finish, and that includes being satisfied with how it looks, you're likely to keep it longer, less impact on the environment. So a couple of things I want to talk about, because I've seen a lot of people, they think they know how to paint, and I've painted, I don't know, started when I was a kid. My dad was always fixing up something or renovating something. Anyway, when you're painting a house with an existing wall, what you have to do is you've got to actually sand that wall down first. Latex goes on, when it goes on with a roller or what have you, it tends to dry pebbly. It's a fast drying paint, not like an oil paint where the oil will actually sort of slide down a little bit, and the imperfections will kind of just smooth out through that flow process, if you will. That doesn't really happen so much with latex. It's a very rapid drying paint. So what that leaves is a very small pebbly effect, which is fine when you look at it with one coat. But if you start putting on a second, third, fourth coat, or coats over coats over coats that have never been sanded, I mean, you're going to have a popcorn ceiling finish. So you don't want that, right? You want a nice smooth surface. So you take and you sand the wall, and what you do is you sand it with something like this pole sander here. And all you do is you take your pole sander and rub it up and down, and just light to moderate pressure all over the wall, and away you go, right? So you want to take down some of that pebble effect, and I don't know if you can see it very well here. I've sanded some of it. So let's see if we can get it right in. So you can see kind of some of that pebbling. Certainly you can see some of it sanded down. So the lighter part is where the sandpaper has actually taken off some of the finish. So it kind of illustrates the smoothing of the pebbling effect, if you will. Anyway, the other thing you have to do is you've got to fill in all those little holes, those imperfections, right? And you do that with your putty or your spackle or what have you, whatever product you sell at the building center. And the other thing is, once you do that, you've got to put a primer paint over top of that. Okay? The reason you do that is because, like this area here, you can see the center area, is that absorbs paint like mad. Okay? And the primer actually seals that off, so it stops absorbing paint. If I try to put a regular latex paint on here, what's going to happen is that pebble, or that area there, the repaired area, is going to show up on the finished paint job. And even if I absolutely soak my final coat or two of regular latex, that will show up as an imperfection. You'll be able to see it. You'll be irritated and annoyed, and in the end you'll have to use more paint, more product. So, with my theme of trying to reduce environmental impact, part of it is being more satisfied with the finish, doing it right. And the other thing is what kind of sandpaper to buy. Well, I'm not recommending Norton product because I've never really used it before, but it seems fine. But what you're looking for is something that says it's a faster cut, because you know what, that's just part of being satisfied with the job. It cuts faster, 3 times longer life. That's really important. So what you get is a sandpaper that's it actually feels a little bit different than regular sandpaper when you grab it. You can understand why it cuts 3 times faster. But the backing is very strong, and if you have an ordinary sandpaper, you can feel the difference. So the thing is when you stick this sandpaper in your block or your pole sander, it doesn't rip and tear like the regular cheap sandpaper does. So it might cost you 30 or 40% more for that sheet compared to a regular sheet or an economy sheet, let's say. But it lasts 3 times longer. So the net effect on the environment's less, and you're saving money too, right? So it's all good. So I guess that's about it. The Angry Environmentalist is going to let you know how this all worked out, and maybe we'll take some pictures one day of, as I want to do, around my property, and just kind of show you how it did turn out and things I am or aren't satisfied with. Okay, that's it for today. The Angry Environmentalist signing off.